Your breast is too small. That's why your milk supply is low. It is a very dirty lie. Hello, welcome to 5 breastfeeding myths. Busted. We'll be discussing that. Number one is your size of breast determines the milk supply or the quantity of the milk supply. That's not true. The size of the breast, whether it's small or big, does not tell the quantity of the milk that will be produced. By the way, this is just a muscle, and inside we have glands that tend to connect to our brain to produce milk. So, whether the breast is small or big, it doesn't tell if the person won't be able to produce large amount of milk. I've seen people that have very petite breast and yet they're able to produce large amounts of milk that their freezers are loaded with their own milk supply. Two, breastfeeding should never hurt. That's not true. Well, breastfeeding might not hurt at first, but for some people it could hurt for different reasons. One, when the breast becomes very full and hard, when the milk tries to come out the first time, it could be painful at that point. Two, when the baby sucks on the nipple instead of the areola. Well, we call it latching. When the baby latches on the nipple instead of the areola. I will show you a drawing. So this is the diagram of a breast. This is a breast, and the dark part is the areola. This dark part here is the areola, and this small pointed part is the nipple. The baby sucks on the nipple right here, there will be pain. But if the baby is able to latch on the areola, it makes it easy, and the baby will be able to suck and get satisfied. Three, when milk gets stuck in the duct and ends up becoming a tender lump, which also could lead to an infection, which is called mastitis. Mind you, TIS it refers to infection, or sorry, inflammation. TIS refers to inflammation. So if you see a word that says TIS, in medical term, it refers to inflammation. So milk that has overstayed in the duct then ends up forming a tender lump or an infection called mastitis. There could be massive pain. Ask mothers who have had this mastitis, they will tell you it wasn't a funny journey. Four, when the nipple becomes cracked, blistered, or is bleeding due to a poor feeding position or friction. These are the ways by which breastfeeding could be very painful. The third one, you can't get pregnant while you're breastfeeding. I laugh in Cotonou. Haven't you seen mothers that have, for example, a 7-month-old child and then they'll tell you, and I'm pregnant for the next one? Breastfeeding literally is not a full contraceptive method. You could still get pregnant even while breastfeeding. The fourth myth is that you either choose breast or bottle. It's not true. It's a no, no, no. You could either feed directly from the breast or pump into a bottle, or you could use a donor milk, or you could also do formula. Calm down, let me explain. A donor milk, for example, you have a friend that has a large milk production, or you have someone that has a large milk production, and currently you have a very low milk production. You could ask, please, can I have some of your milk to feed my baby? What do you do with formula? Formula is already processed from animals, cow, goats. In fact, I had a doctor friend that said they started condemning breast milk and said we should be using more of these formulas, and now our children are acting like cows. So why not use human breast milk instead of using animal milk if you can afford it or if you can get from someone who has? What matters is that the baby gets fed. The fifth myth is that when your baby fusses or cries a lot, it's because your milk is not good or your milk has gone sour. Hey, I've actually heard about this one that at time maybe the milk has soured. But please, if you are a lactation consultant, please help me explain this part of saying that the milk of someone has gotten sour. The milk that inside the breast got sour. Okay, no problem. But help me explain this so that I can be able to narrate it more to my audience because I don't get it. But a baby forcing doesn't mean that the milk isn't good. Different things could cause that. Positioning, stomach upset, different other conditions. So you need to find out and don't do guesswork. This brings us to the end of the breastfeeding myths. If you have other breastfeeding myths you've heard and maybe you're not sure, put it in the comment section and we would love to discuss about it. Did you get something from this video? Like, share, follow this page and put on post notifications so you don't miss out on future posts.